We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Mohamed Ibrahim, running back out of Minnesota. I just recorded this whole video and then realized that it was muted, so I had no audio. So we're doing it all over again. Tough times for me. But so Mohamed Ibrahim, big fan of his game. Another late day 3 type of player. I've done a lot of those running backs on the channel, but he's a different skill set. Short, stocky type of player. Great contact balance and play strength. Has that bowling ball type of play style. Just bounces off of tackles like it's nothing. And then I would say athletically, he's got some decent like short area athleticism. Just struggles more as like, long speed. He'll get caught from behind, that type of thing. But I'm not too worried about it. I think the biggest, he had like the torn Achilles in the previous season, which caused him to, take a little bit damage to his stock in the draft. And then now he's a little bit of an older prospect because he had to come back to school the next season to play this one. And so he's like 24, has the torn Achilles. But I feel like as a late, day 3 type of guy, possible UDFA, he definitely brings value. Like, he just runs people over, bully ball, contact balance, collision balance. It's absolutely ridiculous how he plays. Love watching that. Like, his play style is super fun. And yeah, big fan. I'm not too worried about the age thing either, because running backs don't last too long anyways. Usually it's only that first contract, and being 24, you're on that first contract, you'll be like 28 by the end of it, and that's all you're probably really looking for out of, a late day 3 pick. And yeah, I'm a big fan of his game, as he's a different type of player than a lot of the other running backs in this class. First play that I'm going to break down, got Ibrahim in the backfield, some inside zone, good vision initially, and then just dropping the shoulder, bowling second level defenders. Like, he just runs people over. This is all over the film. First of all, working off, this like initial inside defensive tackles, just reading this, presses up into it, and then sees this lane open up. So good vision to find this, and then burst through the hole. He's got some better burst and long speed, I would say. And then once he really picks up his momentum and he's just running into DBs, he drops his shoulder into one guy, bounces off that guy easily, and then just completely squares this guy up. And you can see he drops these people, knocks him back, gets really low, and still stays like on balance here. Like, he would have kept going for many more, like, if he didn't get tripped up from multiple people there, but just picks up those hidden yardages. He's going to be a great short yardage back. I feel like that's where he's going to bring a lot of value, because he plays very decisively, gets downhill, drops those shoulders, and like, it feels like he always picks up like at least a couple yards. This time under center, running some outside zone. Good job reading the leverage initially, running through multiple tackles. This touchdown is absolutely ridiculous how he's able to stay on his feet. First of all, we'll go watch this a little more slowly. Read the initial defensive end, sets the edge right here, so he's not going to try to capture this. This guy gets sealed off, so he just sees this lane, bangs through right here. You see the burst. He runs through this initial tackle, and then while still being kind of off balance from the first tackle that he had to break, he braces to run through, kind of uses this to keep his balance, actually, to bounce off these 2 defenders. And then right there, like, he should go down. Like, you're getting tripped up from below, some guy hitting you from above, and he still stays on his feet and then carries, allows himself to get pushed in the end zone by his teammates. Like, touchdowns really don't get more impressive than that at a college level. Like, insane contact balance, play strength, core strength, all of those types of things. Super impressive. Love the physicality that he plays with on a down-to-down basis, because these types of plays happen all the time for Mo Ibrahim. Most of the runs that I'm going to be showing are just zone runs, out of gun, again, outside zone. And he just works through, like, he does a good job of breaking these tackles, even in tighter spaces when he doesn't have momentum. We've seen him, like, run people over with momentum. But this time, just running through some arm tackles, he does a good job of using his off arm to, stiff arm, keep himself clean, and then get upfield. Good footwork here, too, to just, like, quick choppy steps out of the initial contact to get upfield. So, like, even though he's not the most athletic, he knows how to use his feet efficiently to get up, transition, and then, meet a guy here. Not as much momentum this time, but uses it, breaks, picks up his feet to break that as well, and then get even further, and then uses stiff arm. Like, he doesn't even go down here either when he's going out of bounds. Like, it just shows off, like, the balance, core strength. It's so difficult to bring him down 101. Like, and at the next level, obviously, there's going to be more guys that are capable of that, but he's still going to be able to punish defenders, especially, like, when they're getting tired out. Like, I feel like he could easily be a top 3 back on a team, and you bring him down in short yard situations, maybe late in games, and with fresh legs and DBs, linebackers, they're not going to want to tackle him. Another example, working on some inside split zone, makes a guy miss this time, and then instantly accelerates out of it. This guy shoots through the hole here, this gap, so he bounces the outside. Nice, footwork, lateral movement here to make this guy miss in space, and then instantly accelerate out of it, and then knows that, there's not much space here to work with, so he just drops his shoulder into this guy where he's still like 2.5 yards away from the first down and carries him for over 3 yards, almost 4 yards to get the first down. That's just pure play strength, pure power out of Mo. This play right here is one of more of like his plays where he does a good job of just making people miss in tight spaces. A lot of good footwork. You can see the speed is lacking there as he's getting caught pretty easily, but just excellent footwork, reading the leverage of the blocks too initially, finding this hole to cut this back up, just quick choppy steps, get upfield, not too much wasted movement, and then make another guy miss out in space. You can see a little bit of fluidity in his game, active feet, and you can just see like him stick that foot on the ground, point the toe, point the hip of where he wants to go to get to the outside, pick up these extra yards. I don't really need him for his type of play style to pick up these long touchdowns. It's not really expected out of a day 3 type of player, but I think he might even be even more explosive the next season once he's gotten even further past that torn Achilles injury. Last play that I'm breaking down on Ibrahim's film, this play versus Penn State, just another example of him absolutely destroying someone in the secondary. Like that is pure power there. We'll go back and watch this from the beginning, just a little more slowly, just reading his blocks. Pretty basic here. This guy sets the edge. He does a good job of just reading from the end man line of scrimmage down, finding this guy getting cut off. Really good blocking by the Minnesota offensive line, giving them this hole. See the burst, and DBs don't want to tackle him. This DB even gets low. He just completely squares him up. Running back Mo also gets quite low, drops the shoulder into him, stays completely square, and you can just see the pure pop, like in that one, boom. He goes flying back. He does a great job of using his shoulders too. Like he stays square and drops into people. He doesn't really like drop his head too to get those injuries. And then even out of this, like he's already ready bracing for the next contact from this guy. You gotta wrap him up. You gotta be strong too. And then he almost carries. I think he ends up being a little bit short in this play, but nonetheless, just super impressive. His physicality, play strength, you get to see almost like play after play, down by down. It's really punishing. Like you don't want to play against him if you're a DB. Like if you ever played football and you were a DB and you had these types of running backs, they were always the worst types of players to play against. They were a little shorter, but they're stocky and they just look to destroy you. Like I've played against these types of players. These are not the running backs that you want to meet out in space. You rather have them try to juke you. Mo doesn't want to do that. I feel like a lot of running backs in this class are the make you type of miss in space, or try to make you miss in space. Mo Ibrahim can do that. He can make you miss. Like it's not like a super strength of his. Like he can do it a little bit for some players, but he's more gonna look to absolutely destroy you, finish you off, take you out of the game. And I feel like that style of play is missing in the NFL. Is a little more rare now, and I feel like some teams gonna fall in love with that. They're gonna value that, especially in this draft class where it's a little more rare from the running back position. And Mo will find a place in the NFL, in my opinion, as a top 3 back. He's just, I think, built for it. And, being a little on the older side will have some people concerned, and so will the torn Achilles. But I think he's going to come back and be even better than he was this past season, like skill set wise. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a comment and subscribe. I can't believe I had to record this thing again. That's why I feel like I'm talking really fast, because I'm just sort of repeating what I said previously. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.